Hey, I'm RG from RG Studios. We're live on YouTube and Facebook. We got a lot to cover today. Let me type in something here. Hold on. Okay. STUDIO Studio 4. Jesus Christ, okay, got a lot to see over cover. See today. Let's go. Okay. All right. I'm RG. This is RG Studio number 4. Sorry about that. I had to type a little something on YouTube to cover. We got lots to cover today. I'm here to discuss many things. So here we are. Now, Studio Con number 4. It's been good today. I've been having a little good weekend. And I'm going to end the weekend with this coverage of our Studio Con number 4. Welcome. I'm RG. Today I want to talk about, we're going to cover the film and cinema. I know those of you who keep up on some of the movie news, which they used to call the trades. Someone, what's that message? Why you? Anyway, the movie news and trades. Warner Brothers put out a little bit of information that they're going to release all their films that have been in production. Remember, I had told you something about most of these films have been greenlit, and some of them, or maybe most of them, are already done in post-production work. That it was going to be a studio auction platform coming out. That's what I had seen. Well, streaming service is definitely here to stay. And all the millions and so-called money they spent on these greenlighting these movies to make a lot of cash at the theaters. And like I said before, what box office? You know, you got the very little crumbs of a box office. Now these studios are making their money now on secondary, third-dairy revenue, you know. They're going to have to really, and I think I've mentioned something about they're going to have to license their work out in some kind of way to make extra money. Now, well, hello there, Mr. Ellis. I got your promo package. It's going to be sent to you. Matter of fact, I got T-shirts and stuff I want to talk about. It's going to be in that box. But anyway, let's get back to what I was saying. These films have already been greenlit. Millions of dollars have been spent. Investors have spent their money, and they're not going to get it back because the theaters, due to the pandemic and the fact for years on end, they have been losing money. You know, popcorn has been raising in prices. You get a $5 deal of popcorn. It's about the size of but that big. You know, you spend $10, you might get you a bucket. You know, but anyway, make a long story short, the studio auction platform is in effect. If you're a studio and you don't have your own streaming service, you're definitely going to sell your product to some streaming service that wants to have it. No Time to Die, James Bond, check it out. It's going to go to a streaming service. I know there's a bunch of them thinking it won't, but it will. And they're going to let it go because the people that put that money off in that, they need to pay that interest on that loan. And it keeps adding up every month. Now, that's coming. And Warner Brothers has released the news that they're going to release their slate from the last year, maybe the next 2 years, on HBO Max. It's happening. That's right. Okay. Well, the political fallout. I know some of you probably voted for Donald Trump. Some of you voted for Joe Biden. I'm an independent American nationalist, and I didn't vote for neither one of them. And I tell you the truth, I don't like neither one of them. But as they say in politics, if you're going to vote, you're going to vote for one or the other. Mr. Trump now has got to get out of office. We all know this. He's trying like a little kid and pout and poot about he can't go. He's holding on to the resolute desk with his fingers crawled in it like this here. But let me tell you something about that. They built another little desk and they put it in front of him. Did you see that photograph? That shit was funny. But anyway, the man's got to give it up, you know. And they're fighting, but there's like 18 states, I think I last seen, that they want to overturn this election. Will that happen? I don't know. But it is really interesting to see how this is going to play out. But here's the thing I do know. Even though I don't like Joe Biden, he's going to have to do one thing. He's going to have to govern. Because everything that he wants, or we hear he wants to do, with the Green Coalition and the oil industry on one end, the Green Coalition on the other. There's going to be some governing here, or there's going to be some real fallout. No question about it. Now, I got stuff. I have stuff that I give away for my films and stuff, you know. Oh, speaking of that, let me turn here. The films. I now put them in a box like this. There's a toy inside. There's a DVD. And there's promotional package stuff from RG Studios. You can find this at Mars Mart, Save a Lot. Well, it used to be called Save a Lot. I think this is called a lot now or something of that nature. Things change. And then AJ Liquor Store. You can find them right there. These just like this here. Or they got a little promotional. Every one of them has some type of promotional deal to do with RG Studios on the front of it. Sometimes the movie that's represented on is inside is a representation on the outside. Sometimes it's not, but it's all in creative fun and such, like this one here. Yeah, you can. I like to do them like this here because it makes. And each one of them is done by hand. I do this stuff by hand, you know, creatively. It's an art for me. So there's not a mass production machine. We're not doing that, you know. And they'd be asking for more of these. I just delivered to all the stores that will allow me to put them in there for free. And you can go get you one of these for your kids for Christmas. And I guarantee you they'll be busy for a while watching one of these movies that's inside here. They'll love it. Trust me. They'll just love that stuff. And you get you a free t-shirt like that there. This one here. That's the second episode of Hardliner, The Creeps. New t-shirts. I just got them in today. We'll be handing them out at the stores to my friends, the people I know, and some people I don't know. They'll be getting them. Got a lot. Oh, I got another shipment coming in too. Just good stuff. This one here is of the Omega Man. Now, all of these t-shirts, I ordered them extra large, so probably for the children, they're going to be kind of big, but they can sleep in them if they want to, like a pajama, you know. They just throw it on and be sitting there watching TV and eating gummy bears. You ain't got to worry about them. They're washable. They don't care if they get stains on them. Don't mean nothing. It's just a t-shirt. Doesn't mean anything. Oh, I got other stuff in here, too, I want to show you. I got promo items. Here's another promo item. This is a bottle. It's silver looking. Like this here. It's got the Omega Man on it. I'm going to go get the other one and show you what. Because this one's still in the package and I don't want to take it out. But I got several of these types like this. This one here has the Wild Bunch on it. The other one has the Omega Man on it. And they look pretty much like this here, except they got a different logo on it. This is one I got in my studio. I have it sitting over there because I like the art of it, you know what I'm saying? And so these are packages here. I got lots of t-shirts here I'm going to give away. trying to find some more. Oh, I did say I got another box coming in, so all of them is not in this one box. Oh yeah. This is one of the Hollywood film producer who made the movie with me, two of them, matter of fact. Caves of the Vampires and Ace Thunder Ace Blister Ball. That's him dressed as the mummy. The art, the makeup and costume type was put together by Teddy Stevens. She did the work on both films. Very good artist. I love her. She's great. Some more stuff I got here. I got some promo stuff here. I'm trying to dig for this stuff while I'm talking. Well, here we go. I think this. Why they put this very little stuff in there? I don't understand that. Oh, I got some more pamphlets. This is an RG Studio pamphlet. It's called Internet Art Films, issue number 7. I have done 7 of these. I'm putting these out too, also in the stores and giving them away with the T-shirts and so forth. I got another one also I want to show you, but this is not the one. Okay, don't look like that's not what I wanted. Okay, I think we got it. And they just put all of them in one box. I don't understand that. Oh, I'm upset. All of it's the same. I'm bent out of shape right at the moment. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. Okay, all right. This is heavier. This must be the new one. This is what I was looking for. Okay. I just don't like how they wrap this stuff. They act like they're wrapping something for a nuclear missile or something. It's got to put all this safety stuff on it. I don't know what. It's just a pamphlet. I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, here's the new one. Getting back on track. This one here tells you about RG Studios, plus it tells you about the Patreon account, that I have, and it's located. The website is located right here. And I put this together for those of you who want to support my RG Studios through Patreon. You have to go to the Patreon and read this, the about description of what Patreon is, but in short and brief, what it is, it's a website for creators like myself and others like myself who does something, build something, and you can support them through a Patreon of a few dollars a month or a one-time donation is what I'm getting at. But I put this together so other people who pick up my stuff at the stores can get an idea how I receive funds. I also receive funds through my eBay, my comic books, selling comic books and such that will allow me to give away free T-shirts, movies, packaging up myself, of course. I don't do it with a machine or nothing. Like, I do it all. I like to be creative when I do this stuff. Oh, hey, got some. Let me wave here. There we go. And hello, Philip. Hello, Marsha. How are you guys doing? I'm sitting up here having fun today, going on my Studio Con, RG Studio Con number 4. And this is, like I said, this is a brochure. It will be out today. I just got it today. I was digging for it a while ago, and I was getting a little bit ticked off because I got 5 boxes like this here with different brochures in it. It's like 3 or 4 3 or 4 in one box. I'm thinking, why didn't they put them all in one box? Why they send me 4 or 5? Why are you sending me all these boxes with just 2 or 3 brochures in it? I don't understand that. Who's packaging this stuff? Okay, get off of that, Rich. All right, next, the comic books. I have comic book auctions on eBay right now, and I'm going to show you some comic books that are on there, and you can go make a bid. Now, hopefully you win. But even if you don't win, you're going to show that person who's trying to get it that maybe he might want to bid another $1 to get that comic book. Free shipping, too. Now they charge $3 or $4, or maybe, oh no, bare minimum, $6 to ship a comic book. Now, what I got going on there right now, some of you are going to love this one here because it has come to my attention. Even though I'm a collector, I did not know that this book was valuable. Ooh. Marvel Spotlight #2. It's in fair condition. It's a little worn. There's some spine damage, but it's flat and it's smooth. And it has a good cover with some gloss on it, which means that for some collectors out there, that's a good sign that you got a very good book. If nothing else, I can have it graded. And who knows what the value will jump up to then. Now, cover is attached. I have valued this book at $25. I'm here to tell you I'm gravely mistaken on that. But, of course, all collectors cannot be in sync on everything. I did not know that this book was as valuable as it was. This is Spotlight on the Werewolf by Night. Issue number 2. Come to my attention, this book is very valuable. I was offered a good sum of money to kill the auction and give it to that person. I'm here to tell you that his offer was turned down because the book exceeded his offer. The auction exceeded his offer. I was like, well, I valued it at $25. I didn't quite think it would go where it was at right now. And I don't kill auctions anyway. I explained to the guy, once I start an auction, I let it play its way out, regardless. So, hello there, Mr. Dion. How you doing? D. Werewolf by Night. Go to the auction site, eBay. Make a bid on it. If you want that book, make a bid on it. All right, now also, let me start over here. Let me continue the auctions, comic books on eBay. This one here is a slab. They call graded slab. Carrie Drake, number 23. CGC grade 8.5. I valued it at about $800. It's a very, very pretty slab. I like the color, the art in it. This is not like a superhero book. This is a detective crime comic book. But it is popular with those who love crime stories and stuff. Book is going for a nice price on eBay right now. But if this is what you like, and it is a nice grade, 8.5, you will not find it going any cheaper than what it is on eBay on my auction site right now. Go to RG Studios and Collectibles, and you will see it there. You can bid on it if you like. If not, well, so much for that. But now, I have like 13 auctions going on, comic books. Here's another one called John Carter, Warlord of Mars. This one here is going fairly cheap. I valued it at about $25. I would imagine it'll go for about $15 at the end of the day. If you like that type of comic books, I remember seeing this movie. It was good. It was good. Matter of fact, it kind of had everything that was in this cover. I kind of find that amazing because that's number 11. So they pretty much stuck to the comic book as far as the storyline is concerned. I like it. Now, here's another one. Slab comic book. All right. D, you're just chilling. I know that's right. All right. Here we go. This one here is Daredevil number 46. CGC grade 4.0. Has a fine case. Case is in real good condition. The only thing you'll see on here, other than the fineness, is my fingerprints. This is a nice slab here. I value this book about $300. That doesn't mean it's going to go for that. It just means that that's my value for it. I certainly didn't pay that much for it, but you can get an idea if you were to buy this, what value it brings to your collection. Yes, check that out. It's on auction right now on my site, RG Studios and Collectibles. That's where we're at. Okay. This is StudioCon number 4. RG StudioCon 4, showing you my comic books that are on eBay. How I get money from this is how I get money for my studio. Everybody, lots of people like Batman. I like this one here because it reminds me of the old Bill Finger artwork. This one here, like that there. But now this is a two-fold type comic. It has another cover on the back with pretty much the same, but kind of upgraded modern look. This is an illustrated type magazine here. Still a comic book, but it has that glossiness in and inside the pages. I kind of value this book. It's not too valuable to me, but I gave it around, $12. You know, somebody might find it more valuable than me. I like the art in it, but I wouldn't pay no more than $12 for it. But it is on auction. You can pick it up for a couple of dollars if you want it. If you don't, well, bypass it and move to something else. I got some more books I'm going to show you here in a minute. Take me a little swig here. And this is not alcohol, but I do love this flash. I picked this up somewhere. I don't remember where it was at, but because of the art, you know. It's like the 1930s back in the day. Them old boys would drink like that there. They put that old lid back on there. They stuck that deal back in the... Now we're good to go. Reminds me of my drinking days. I used to drink quite a bit to the point where I almost black out. Really ain't funny though. But anyway, here we go. Marvel Premiere #1. Now this is a good book too. It is a CGC grade, fine slab condition, 4.5. This is a well sought after a book, whether it's in a slab or not. This is a Marvel Premiere featuring the power of Warlock. Those of you that are familiar with the cinematic universe will be probably liking the fact that this is on auction and that you can get your hands on this character book here because he's definitely going to show up sooner or later in the cinematic universe. Everyone was expecting him to take on Thanos, which would have been more proper for this character to go after Thanos than the Mr. I almost said Miss Marvel. They got this stuff twisted up. Captain Marvel, who's actually a male in the comic books, but they changed it to a female who should have been really Miss Marvel because there is a Miss Marvel comic book. Why they twisted up like that beats the hell out of me. But anyway, getting back to my comic books. You can go to the website, RG Studios and Collectibles, and you can get your hands on this one here. It's going for about $26 right now. I valued this book at $470. This is a 4.5 slab. It's very valuable. You'll be able to pick it up for probably less than $60. Pick it up. Now, of course, that's my opinion as an artist and a collector. I value the book at $400. Don't mean that it's going to make that, but it could run probably $100. I don't know. It depends on who wants it and who's bidding that day, you know. Okay, here's the Atom, a CGC grade. It's not in a case. This is one of those rare moments where it's still graded, but it's not in a plastic case, but it is in what is known in the comic world. It's still in its plastic seal, which is airtight when they do the grades at CGC. They don't ship them out like this. Somebody probably broke the original outer slab, took it out. Who knows? They may have put this on a wall. Maybe they didn't like it in the plastic, but they wanted it like this. You never know. But I picked it up on another auction site for little nothing. I value this book, whether it's in a slab or not, at $360 because this is issue number 3, a Silver Age comic book of the Atom. Not a very popular character in DC, but it is known to those who are collectors. But it had its moment in history where it was they had a little run there. I think these issues probably went past 100 issues, but it eventually faded out. Pick this up, or the character is still around, but the issues, him having his own issues, I think them days were dead. Okay, you can pick that up very cheap at my site. Got a couple of more here. All right. Well, we're back to the same Batman again. This one here is Batman 213. It is a CGC grade 5.0 solid case. Real nice. Some of these cases are thicker than the other ones. Like this, see how thick that is? That's because CGC changed their format of how they slab them. So this was slabbed in the early part, midway of the CGC's history. So some time ago. It's a nice slab. Pretty. It's solid. I value this book at what? $500, half a grand. You know, Batman is definitely worth the money and investment if you are that type of person. You don't collect, but you do invest in comics. This is definitely worth it. It is a 30th anniversary special issue. It's one of the times when DC had moved their line of comics into the big, thick pages that it used to be. They've done that again 2 or 3 times now, but this was like the second time that they have done that. And this is worth to some collectors. It has Robin's origins in it, how he became Robin. And then it has matter of fact, this is an origin issue of Robin, Alfred, Clayface, and a couple of other characters. Very popular book. It's going for about 26, maybe I'm gonna say $30 right now on my website. My best experience in this, and since I know my traffic, you probably can get this under 125. So that's actually a very good price. Okay, I'm going to speed through these right here real quick. I have Fantastic Four book. It's a reprint, but it's called Marvel's Greatest Comics. It's on there also. We have Superman's Action Comics. I'm trying to make this work. We can speed through them real quick. You can get that. Comic book 2. All these grades are pretty much fair grades. Here's one that's doing pretty well on the site. I think it's due to the fact that it's about the Korean War. This one is the Joe Palooka Battle Adventures, 1950s. I can smell the comic book. Whew. Boy, I'm telling you, a collector like me, we love to smell our comic books. Here's another one. Not real big fan of Dracula's, Marvel's Dracula, but it's kind of like a lead up to what will become known as Blade, believe it or not. And we have Superboy in Adventure Comics. All these comic books here that I just flipped through real quick are basically fair comic books. They got nice color. I like the art in them. I would collect them personally and have them in a collection, but at some point they will probably be sold off like what I'm doing right now. I've had them for a little while. I'm selling them off. You can go to my RG Studios and Collectibles eBay site, and you can bid on these comic books. If you want them, they're yours for the taking. Just go and bid. Most of them, I think the highest book I think I got there is running at about $60 right now. You got 2 days left now. So I don't know. At the end, usually there's a rush to madness on auctions. Everybody knows this. I used to be deep into it. I still bid on auctions, but I don't get off into it like I used to. Okay, what we got here? Hardliner. The next episode of Hardliner, I'm going to be working on pretty soon. Not right now. I'm kind of like relaxing, taking a couple of weeks to relax, enjoy what I'm doing. And thank you, Aaron. Thank you for that comment about the nice comic books. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you, Carlton Twins. You love my stuff. Haven't seen you in a while. I got to come to your site and see what you're doing. Oh, yeah. Drive-in theaters are opening back up in Minnesota. I'd rather it be under different circumstances, but it's nice. Yeah, that's true. I love drive-in theaters. I kind of think what's going to happen now right now between the studios and the streaming services, there's going to be less of a window for the big blockbuster. I think the days of blockbusters are going the way of the cinematic 1950s widescreen versions. I mean, I love those, what we call was on TNT. We say, "Oh, I just love those movies." I love them too, and I love the blockbuster movies. But they're going to go away a little bit because the money that it takes to make them, you need 4,000 screens in to recoup the funds that it takes to put that puppy together. Because other people are dumping money into these films. It ain't just people. I think there's this thought that the studios are paying for these movies. Not all of them. Most of the time, it's other investors investing in these films who probably don't know as much about the movie business as the director and the producer and etc. They all having tea, drinking, whatever. Because when Warner Brothers dropped that bomb the other day and basically scared the dickens out of the producers, the writers, and directors, because they the ones that got to go out and find the money. And then when they talk to these investors, the investors are like, they're thinking that their films are going to be played at a big screen. But then again, here's the thing. They don't really care how they play as long as they got a chance to recoup their funds. The bomb that Warner Brothers dropped deleted all of that. They didn't pay for these films. Only thing going up there for them is their name. So drive-in theaters and cinema theaters are going to be kind of like linked together now, where you're going to have, instead of 4,000 screens out there, you're probably at best is going to, in the United States now, are going to have probably 700 screens. That's going to be about the best we're going to get. We're going to have, you'd be lucky if you're a major filmmaker, if you got your screens in 60, 70 screens, you'd be doing well if you hit 150, So that's kind of where I see the bomb that Warner Brothers dropped on everybody real quick with that, because I saw it coming. There's going to be a studio auction platform where you're selling your films that you make straight to streaming, or you own the streaming site like Warner Brothers. They own HBO Max with AT&T, and then you got an entity like AT&T who knows nothing about the movie business. All they care about is that stocks in Wall Street. So the decisions was crazy how it was made, but I can see what the studio is doing. The studio is about survival. They've been here 60, 70 years. They ain't trying to go under tomorrow morning. So they didn't have to pay for the millions of dollars that it took to bring out Wonder Woman. What other films they got? Oh, they got a shitload of them. Dune. I knew that was in trouble when they were in production, because that's an expensive art film. It really is. My brother loves the books of Frank Gerber. He loves them books. I personally am not a fan of Dune, but I do understand the art in it. But I saw that without the 4,000 screens out there, I saw this one in trouble. I said, this one's not going to make its money back. It's going to have trouble because it needs at least 2,000 screens to recoup its funds. Just to recoup, it could eat, and then you need overseas money, But yeah, I would like to see the cinemas continue like the drive-ins in a way, and it's going to be good for the independents, independent filmmakers out there. Because I was looking at a trailer yesterday. I think it was called "I Am Your Woman" by this female filmmaker. Interesting goddamn movie. I want to see this film. The way that she did it was interesting. She had took elements from not only how she views films. She said she was a fan. I'll give you an example. I was reading about her backstory. She was interested in films like Getaway. And I'm trying to think of the other one, but where there was the male lead was the interest of the story. You know, take Getaway, for instance. We know that was Steve McQueen and Ali McGraw. Her version in her mind, when she said, when she was looking at this, and I hope I'm not getting this wrong, she liked the film. She liked the male lead and all of that. But when he went off to take care of business, her mind was, what happened to the female? What is she doing? Her mind as a filmmaker was, I want to see her story, which made me want to see her film, because she took elements from 2 or 3 of these films and created a storyline. It was you need to just see the trailer and you'll say, you know what? That's independent filmmaking. This is where it's going to get interesting now. Since we are now hit with all these elements of a pandemic, we got studios dropping bombs like Warner Brothers. Everybody expects one to come from Disney sooner or later, but they own their own streaming services, so you know what's going to happen. Don't be crazy. They're going to put their stuff on streaming services, and they're going to shorten the windows at the theatrics. They're just going to do that. That's going to happen, and it's going to make some people probably in the business side of it, they're going to shake, you know. But anyway. Okay, Hardliner I'll be getting back to work on Hardliner. Episode 2 is called The Creeps. Matter of fact, you can see this T-shirt right here. That's kind of like the buck velvet. The Creeps. Okay. What else I got here? Oh yeah. Some cheap homemade movie news. I'll be doing that on the studio, RG Studio Cons like this right here now. I used to go and type that up on Facebook, but I'll be doing it strictly right here. I'm trying to combine stuff with everything so it can be seen in one time, one flow. Oh, let me wave at you, Eric Young. Yes, how you doing, Eric? And wave at Mr. Bailey. I'm so sorry. I get to talking and I see stuff popping up and I just forget. I will be working on the Dark Box next year. Sometime next year, I plan to work on the Dark Box. I got a new script idea that I'm gonna be working on called The Voice of Reason. And then there's this interesting one that I just told you I got books on. And it's about, I'm finna do a film on it, an internet art film on it, of the CIA director, Alan Dulles. Oh, I'm gonna love this storyline, but it's. I won't talk too much about it because I'm still reading these books I got about it. It's just interesting what these men were doing back in the day. You know what drives them to do the things that they do. But to give you a short insight of it, the CIA, and the first director of the CIA and his brother, Foster Dulles or something like that. I don't know. The Dulles brothers. I'm just gonna give you that acronym. They were running. I think I read a quote from Mr. Dulles, Alan Dulles. He told someone that he loved controlling things from the other side of the curtain. I was like, wow, these people are interesting, you know. It's not going to be a biography. I'm going to tell you that right off the top. It's going to be an art film, but the concepts and the things that I'm reading about are definitely going to be in there. Some names I'm going to use, some names I'm going to change. But I'm going to definitely love doing that internet art film. Okay, so I pretty much let's see. Yeah, I pretty much covered everything I wanted on that. I am putting together an online class next year called Effects 1. I'm going to be talking about cinematography, scripting, special effects, lighting, filters, how to write a script the internet art film style way, what kind of effects you can put in the internet art film and not be bothered by situations where, that doesn't look real enough. Internet art films doesn't give a hoot about what looks real. It's about the art. And when it comes to art films, how you can do this film with one or two persons, and that's all you got, and you can make these things happen. So, somebody's saying some stuff here. Do you think drive-in theaters will make a comeback because of? Yes, I think drive-in theaters will make a comeback. It is almost perfectly set up for that. It's really kind of strange that it took that to make that happen. But yes, they're going to make it. They're going to make not only a comeback. It's going to be even things. It's like once it makes a comeback and people start actually going, there are going to be other entities that's going to help it go along even better. I'm going to give you an instance how to make the screen that we're looking at more where it's like you would if you were inside of a theater. Now, they got technology that they can make that happen. You don't have to actually be inside of a building to get that brightness and get that look. It can happen right outside, and you can be still in your own car. Might even set it up where you got surround sound in your own car through who knows through the picking it up off of the waves of it. The Bluetooth type situation. Let me get another question here. Since when movies are when movies are released, they charge up to $30 for a new movie release. Okay, I'm gonna try to answer that one or comment on it. The $30 for a movie release, you know what? That's gonna last probably a hot minute. The studio the auction platform that I'm envisioning, not saying that it's actually there right now. What I'm envisioning, they just going to have to sell their movie straight to the streaming service and take their hit. That's it. And they're going to have to license the revenue part of it out, and I'm just going to go on a tangent for a second. What I mean by that is when they license something out, you can make toys, you can make T-shirts and sell popcorn and peanuts, and you can make this mask and stuff like that. You kind of get my meaning. They'll license that out to other entities. That's secondary, what I call secondary and third roads of revenue. They won't be able to just get $30 out of a person like you was if they was at a theater. There ain't nobody gonna pay no $30 for no ticket. Though, even if they're gonna watch it every day on at home, they might for certain films, but every one of them is not. That's not gonna happen. Let me get some more questions here. Yeah, I would rather go to a drive-in too. Okay, here's one. What are your thoughts on Breaking Bad and other critical acclaim television series that implement movie making techniques into episodes? I think that's great. I really do. I have to be honest with you on the Breaking Bad. I've only seen maybe out of the whole series 2 or 3 episodes of it. But now I've seen other critically acclaimed productions. That's fantastic. There's something about, I think it's through the 1950s when TV was branching out and people had to, in the production of Hollywood, had the fear that TV was going to be such a big bubble. It was going to enclose on the theatrics and the productions of Hollywood. There was this notion that if you work in TV, you are lesser than what we are. I don't see that as a problem. I mean, I think that stigma kind of still it's like a thin line still there, but TV has grown since the 1950s, as we all know. That is not what we got today. I was watching the trailer for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Not a big fan of the Falcon. I'm not going to sit here and kid you not. I'm not a fan of the Captain America and the Falcon routine. Never liked it, really, to be honest. I thought Captain America was a one pony show all day long. You can put him with somebody. I don't care if it's Bucky, Falcon, or Rick Barnes. I always thought Captain America was a one pony show, even in his best days with Bucky. But what I saw in that trailer was something that was unique and profoundly going to resonate throughout TV. I'm gonna call it TV cinema. Is how it was shot. It looked like you was watching a big $100 million movie. Just go watch the trailer and you can see it. And it's not to belittle it at all. Matter of fact, I'm giving them props all day long. They did a hell of a job. I'm gonna have to watch a couple episodes of it. I think they can work on some of the dialogue, but I'm not a fan of the Falcon, so I already know I'm not really gonna like it, but I'm gonna like the production. Now I can tell you that right now. I like the production and the way that they have implemented the techniques of cinematic resolution into a TV, because people can get a TV pretty much any size they want in their own home. So it's up to the productions. If they want to make themselves small and look small, well, then that's where they're going to be. Here's another one. High technical points. Oh my God, I'm so glad to see you. Okay, I'm glad to see you too. I'm glad to see anybody that comes to the RG Studio Con. This is number 4. Like I said, I have a lot to express today. I have already went over all of it, but I will probably reiterate some of it as I go through what's going on here on the YouTube live chat. How do you support yourself financially? Oh, that's a good question. Do you have any family? Oh, that's another good question. Great work, by the way. Thank you. And let me answer your first question. How do you support yourself financially? Oh my God. I was going to clown there for a minute, but I'll be honest. I work every day. Well, not every day. I work a 40-hour job at the place had called me back recently, but it's the jail, the Segra County Jail, and it is a trip in its own self. I love it though. As I tell them down there, I just love this shit, because I'm dealing with the average Joe. And I'm gonna be honest. I've been to prison myself, so I already know the routine. Most people cannot work at a jail if they've never been locked up, if they've never had any encounters with the system. I'm gonna put it that way. You probably don't want to be at a jail where we see inmates. That will probably rattle your brain. Most people they can't handle it. But see, I've been to prison for 4 years. Was in down there, the very jail that I work at, in there for a whole year before I even got paperwork to find out what the hell was going on with me. But I'm not sitting here making whining about this and that. I was on drugs. I used a lot of drugs. It was my own fault. And I drank. I'm an addict. I put it that way. I was an addict for many, many, many years, ended up in jail. So I love this job because it allows me to talk to people. I support myself there, and I also support myself on my Patreon account, which is on Patreon. You have to go there, read the descriptions about it, but it's RG Studios Patreon. Plus, I sell on eBay my comic books. I just went through a lot of them a while ago. I won't be putting them back up here, but go on RG's Studio and Collectibles. RG Studios Collectibles. I'm sorry. RG Studios Collectibles on eBay. And I sell comic books. People bid on them. I got a pretty good traffic. I've been doing this for some time on eBay. A friend of mine at the job had turned me on to that around 2004, 2005, and I've been selling on there ever since. Do I have a yeah? Well, I'm divorced. Been through a lot of stuff in my life. Divorce, and the good woman. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to down her at all. Good woman. I was a rat in this nest. Yes, I was the rat in the nest. I messed up. The woman loved me, and she still does. And we still have communication. She lives in Illinois now, and I stay here in Wichita running my studio. I got a brother here, non-alcoholic drink. I don't drink anymore. I just love the art of this thing. This is a flash. Most people don't do that anymore. That's a bygone product of yesteryear. I'm like one of them old boys from the days, Sorry, I'm one of them kind of men, but I'm honest with myself, Anyway, I got 2 brothers that's still alive. One's that dead. I got a slew of cousins and nieces and nephews, some great, some next to me, cousins and so forth. They here in town, most of them. Some of them is in Oklahoma. So I have, if I would just put it to say in a broad spectrum, I have a large extended family, and I have a close bloodline family. I love them. They're all good. Well, we got our problems. Don't get me wrong. We all do. Got them kind of. Oh, here he come. Oh Lord, we all got them. As they say, the black sheeps. Got them. But I love them all dearly. I ain't judging none of them because I've done bad too. Anyway, here we go. Is there any more questions here? Let me go back up. I probably missed a few babbling on my mouth. Okay. I think I covered them. Okay. Yes. I appreciate the questions in the comment books. Oh, let me wave at Joanna, and wave at Stephanie Niels. Ha ha! You're watching. I wasn't going to be on here that long, but it looks like I went past. What we got here? Oh, 50 minutes. That's not bad. I like that when you can look at your stuff and know how long you've been online. I don't like to talk for hours on end. I just don't like to do it. Just you bore people to death with that kind of crap. I be putting in a fruit drink, mixing my own concoctions, and I just love it. This is like a little shot. It stays cold. That's one reason I like this flash. It stays cold. And I can go do one of these numbers. I'm an old cowboy from the old days. Woo! Ain't no alcohol, but in the day I used to drink Hennessy cognac. Boy, that was some good shit. But it will turn you out. It surely will. Have me all messed up. Go get a brochure from, as I was speaking about support. I made this up. My brother was talking about it. He was saying, how come we don't, this lady was talking to me and she was wanting to know how she can get in touch with you. You need to make a brochure. That's my brother talking to me now. That's okay. All right. I'm going to put together a brochure. And that's what I did. So, and then I give him the brochure, and guess what he does? And you see how pretty and nice this is, and how come you just can't put that in your little coat pocket like that? There, you know what he does when he gets it to give to her? And he hands it to her like that there. Oh, I was hot. Now I go through all this trouble to get this stuff, and you gonna fold it up. No, don't do that. They were just like that. It's nice and pretty. It's nice and smooth. As they say in the world of business, professional. Leave it like it should be. But anyway, you can go to Patreon, and support. I have a Patreon account on Patreon titled RG Studios. What I would like, if you could afford it, $1 a month. That's it. You ain't got to put a whole bunch of money down. If I got that from like 50, 60 people, I build a bridge. What you talking about? That stuff they blow. Oh, speaking of that, me and this Hollywood producer here. See that guy right there? This guy right here in the mummy outfit. You see that? The mummy outfit. He and a whole bunch of people, Darren Bailey, Justin Johnson, and hopefully 5 or 6 other people from Hollywood, we're going to make, and some people here, Teddy Stevens, Eric Young, Robert James, will be making Expendables, the internet art film. Yes, we will be putting that together. Everybody that I have already worked with in internet art, we will come together. I don't want to say it in such like this, but I will for the sake of promotion. We will come together one last time, all together, first, probably the only time all together, and last time, together, in an internet art film called The Expendables. Now, I'm going to take the Stallone classic, all 3 of these films, Expendables 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to come there. I'm going to go there, and I'm going to make this film. Put them all together. This will be called the Expendables Internet Art Film. Sorry, I'm getting my words twisted up. I'm getting confused. Too many cameras everywhere. I'm looking at all kind of crap. I'm loving this crazy shit. But anyway, Eric Young, we're gonna once we finish off the Garden of Eden, which I got the script done. If you're watching, Eric, I got the script done. I'm typing it up. Me and you're gonna go have dinner. We're gonna talk about this script. We're gonna shoot this film in the spring of next year. With no questions about it, you know. And then I got a couple other films I'm going to do that year. And sometime after that year is over, I'm going to be looking at over there in the corner. And what do I have? I have The Expendables, the Internet Art Film. I'm going to have to type and get a letter to, email letter to the producer of Double Digits, the story of a neighborhood movie star, Justin Johnson. He's the producer and the director of it. And we need to get together and start plotting this come together moment. It's a one time, first time, probably the last time moment of all of us that have worked together in some capacity and just have a family affair making an internet art film. You know. So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing. You know, I've covered quite a bit of ground today. It's past 40 minutes, well past 40 minutes. I'm going to get off here and leave this be. But I want to go over one more briefly about the t-shirt stuff. I got a big box here of t-shirts. I want to make sure I get all of this stuff on there, at least to look at it. This is one of them here, RG Studios. It says Internet Art Films. It has the character Buck Velvet. Mr. Clayton, I got you a t-shirt for sure. Probably 2 or 3 of them for sure. Coming your way. I sure do. I got one here. The Omega Man. People like the blue t-shirts. I'm going to get them in different colors for a little while, just for promotional reasons. And this one is called the Omega Man. There we go. So I appreciate everybody coming in and checking this out. I'm finna get off here and go make me something to eat. My dinner's already cooked. It's getting cold. But anyway, appreciate you coming out here, coming to see RG Studios Con number 4. And you guys have a good day.